Welcome back, students. Now let's start our first subtopic, that is French society during the late 18th century. In 1774, Louis XVI of the Bourbon family of kings, he ascended the throne of France. He was just 20 years old and he was married to the Austrian Princess Mary Antoinette. During his accession, he found out that his treasure was empty. Now you must be wondering, he was a king and how his treasure was empty. This was because it was they big war and the long wars drained the financial resources of the France. And because of maintaining the extravagant court of the immense palace of Versailles, all the treasures were drained, and Louis XVI was helpless that duration. He what he did, he helped the 13th American colonies to gain their independence from the common enemy, that was Britain. It means that Americans and French people, they both had a common enemy, that was Britain. And this, because of these things and because of the war, it added billion of debt of livers. Livers, you must be wondering what is liver. Liver is the unit of currency of France. France का जो पैसा है उसको liver बोलते हैं. And the debt amount rose to 2 billion liver. अब now you must be thinking कि इतना ज़्यादा अगर किसी कंट्री के ऊपर अगर लोन और डेप्ट हो जाए तो क्या सिचुएशन हो सकता है. People will start charging much more. The lenders will started charging much more. They started giving whatever they had given credit to the states. Now they started much more interest on the loans. Why? Why did they started charging much more interest on the loans? Because they thought that why not to take whatever is kept in the वहाँ पे लोन लेने के लिए जो भी सामान उन लोगों ने रखा था, whatever was kept, they wanted to take it back so that there will be much more with them. And now because of this, the budget of the French government started to be shrinking. It started to shrink, and because of this, they have because the reason behind this was they had to pay huge amount on the interest up in order to maintain. And you must be knowing that if a country is having army, court, government offices, universities, this must be maintained. Now you can resemble right now during the lockdown period, our country, our government is maintaining everything. Our government is going through all the works, and all the things are maintained by the government. Because of it, the treasure which is being reserved by the government, they are utilizing that money. They are giving the paying the poor people. They are feeding the poor people. How? Because they are bearing each and every regular expenses. Now French government had to they had to pay everything, and they were forced to increase the tax. This was not a good thing. Increasing tax is not only remedy for any country. It is not a good measure, and it is not sufficient. French society that time was divided into three major groups, or say three major states, as we discussed last day. First was clergy, second was nobility, third was big businessmen, merchants, court officials, lawyers, etc., and peasants and artisans, small peasants and landless labor, and servants. Clergy means the monarch people. Nobility, they were the persons from the churches. The first state and the second state includes the monarch people, royal highness, and the uh, priests from the church. Now, as we move down, the society, its feudal system, यानी कि उन लोग की जो जागीरदारी सिस्टम था, वो it was from the middle age only. The term old regime is usually used to describe the society institutions of France before 1789. यानी कि ओल्ड regime हम लोग किसको बोलते हैं, जो कि पहले की सोसाइटी थी और इंस्टीट्यूशन थी फ्रांस में, जो कि 1789 से पहले थी. In figure 2, as we discussed before, 90% persons were populations were peasants, and only a small number of the peasants on land. यानी कि हर फार्मर्स के पास जमीन नहीं थी. एंड 60% of the land was owned by the nobles, the church, and other richer members of the third estate. The members of the first two states, that is the clergy and the nobility, enjoyed certain privileges by birth. यानी कि जो कहा होता है ना, born with the simple silver spoon इन माउथ, यानी कि चांदी के चमचे के साथ ही पैदा होना, ये जो होता है यही है जो फर्स्ट स्टेट के पर्सन्स थे उन लोग के साथ था. एंड दे इंजॉयड प्रिविलेजेस, यानी कि जो भी सरकारी इंजॉयमेंट थी उस सारी उन लोग को, सारी चीज़ों से उन लोग को कोई टेंशन नहीं था. उन लोग को ना टैक्स पेमेंट करने का था. दे वर एग्जम्प्टेड फ्रॉम पेइंग द टैक्सेस टू द स्टेट. इवन दी नोबल्स वेर इंजॉयड कंप्लीट फ्यूडल प्रिविलेज, यानी कि उन लोग की जागीरदारी एकदम बस जमींदारी दिखाना है और जागीरदारी शो करना है. दे वर नॉट सपोज टू पे एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ टैक्सेस. अनदर फ्यूडल ड्यूज, दिस ऑल जो भी है फ्यूडल ड्यूज हो या टैक्सेस, जो सारी चीज़ें किसके ऊपर था, बर्डन किसके ऊपर था, इट वॉज ऑन दी पीजेंट्स. नाउ पीजेंट्स वेर ऑब्लिक टू रेंडर सर्विसेज टू द लॉर्ड. यहाँ पे लॉर्ड भगवान को नहीं बोला जा रहा है, यहाँ पे लॉर्ड किसको बोल रहे हैं, जमींदार को बोल रहे हैं. जो नॉबल्स हैं उनको बोल रहे हैं, जो अपने क्लर्जी और नोबिलिटी ग्रुप के लोग हैं उन लोगों को बोल रहे हैं. दे वेर सपोज टू सर्व इन द आर्मी, टू दे वर सपोज टू वर्क एंड पार्टिसिपेट इन बिल्डिंग रोड्स. यानी कि जितने भी निम्न स्तर का काम है वो सारा इन लोगों को ही करना था. नाउ there are two words which you might be seeing, tithes and tally. Here tithes and tally का मतलब आपका, इसमें हम लोग एक वर्ड हुआ tithes. यहाँ पे क्या है, the church to extract its share of taxes called tithes. tithes थे टैक्स levied by the church, यानी कि चर्च जो टैक्सेस गैदर करते थे उसको tithes बोलते थे. और टैली टैक्स वो होता था जो कि हम लोग स्टेट को पे करते थे. नाउ इट वॉज डायरेक्ट, टैली वॉज द डायरेक्ट टैक्स विच वॉज पेड टू द स्टेट, एंड टीचर्स वेर द शेयर ऑफ एक्सट्रैक्टेड शेयर ऑफ टैक्सेस विच वॉज पेड फ्रॉम टू द चर्च बाय द पीजेंट्स. सो आज के लिए बस इतना. कल हम लोग इसके आगे हम लोग और पढ़ेंगे. थैंक यू. हैव अ नाइस डे.